Today I have a proposal to Flydigi, and this has something to do with Steam. At this point, you can probably guess what that is. Yes, I think Flydigi should give a try at making Steam controller. Recently, Valve released the Steam OS to the public, and I think this is a very good opportunity to cover this. Now, I think that Flydigi making a Steam controller will be very beneficial to Flydigi, Valve, and also the Steam users. Steam has a massive user base and is spread across the globe. And in the past decade, Valve has been expanding the Steam brand name by making and selling plenty of its hardware. And Valve is also very open to third-party manufacturers to expand its brand. And Flydigi can also have a share of that delicious pie Valve is offering too. But there's also more to this. Valve and its associates have been making plenty of hardware, but they only sell exclusively to certain regions. Some of them are North America, Europe, and Japan. Outside those regions, Valve hardware has become less and less accessible. However, Flydigi makes and sells controllers globally, and they cover the regions that Valve doesn't. So by taking part in this, Flydigi will be able to fill the gap that Valve is missing. Besides, more competition is always a good thing. The user base will have more to choose from between manufacturers. Another aspect to this is the software. Flydigi has its own in-house software, but they have a long way to go. On the other hand, Steam Input has been around for the longest time, and this is very potent, a very strong mapping software. So by being compatible with Steam, Flydigi controller can now have access to one of the most powerful yet free mapping software in the market. So yeah, I think this is a win-win-win for all three sides. Now what the Flydigi needs to do, they just have to take one of their controller, either the Vader series or DieWarp series, just fine, we do just fine, and they take those controller and modify them to become Steam compatible. Now in this page we will see a whole guideline for requirement for Steam input peripheral devices. The requirement on the left side is that the button below must be dedicated, not overloaded with different functionalities. So Steam buttons, we can replace the home buttons on the controller, modify turn it to Steam buttons, and they just have to add a Steam icon on it. Now quick unset menu, which I think is currently the function buttons will be usable for this. Now view menu buttons, these are two buttons above the select and start menu buttons on the Flydigi controller. So once again, they also had that. ABSY already had, no problem. Now rear and auxiliary rebindable buttons. For Vader series, not only have two, but they also have 6 buttons, right? There's 4 buttons on the back and also 2 on the front. So they have more than that. The Vader series very qualified, overqualified, I must say. But if they don't want to do anything to do with this Vader series, they can just take DieWarp, which is kind of like a Xbox controller, but with 2 rear buttons. So DieWarp is also compatible. Next up, another required features on this side, gyroscopic control. Now it's true that the Flydigi controllers do have gyroscopic control, but there's one small problem. In order to use all the auxiliaries extension buttons with gyroscope on the Flydigi, we have to use the direct input mode. But in direct input mode, the inertia measurement units kind of lacking some specification according to rewards, and so it cannot be fully utilized as a feature complete gyroscope. So what Flydigi has to do is to either modify the hardware so that the gyroscope become fully functional, or they just have to unlock it in the firmware and the software wise. Whatever it is, it needs to be sit assist, right? It needs to help grow your pitch and moving sideways for what backward and up down, and it have feature complete both gyroscope and acceleration methods. Now another requirement feature is a capacity touch sensing thumbstick. So this is very new, and this may not stick very well with Flydigi controllers. So first of all, Flydigi has been pushing advancement on the thumbstick, right? They have a lot of cool features with their recent lineup, such as hole sensing and tension adjustment, etc., etc. So it's gonna be tricky to replace them with capacity touch sensing. But I'm no engineer, so I have no idea how hard it could be. But yes, we have to give up some features if Flydigi couldn't squeeze all the capacity touch sensing requirement along with hole sensing and adjustment thumbstick. Another thing that we definitely think we will have to keep up is the replaceable thumbstick. Now on the Vader 4 and also the Apex series, you can detect the thumbstick and replace it with something with a different size stick, like a taller or shorter one. But if Flydigi is to make a capacity sensing thumbstick, I don't think it's gonna be replaceable. So it's gonna be like Direwolf, where the thumbstick is fixed and cannot be detached. It's not that can be detached to replace. That's a case of it. So these are two things that Flydigi we have to work on in order to make a Steam compatible controller. Another is that the controller must be able to directly interface with Steam running on the device without Steam Link. So this is something that Flydigi also need to look into, because they make the controller a little bit tricky to access. I believe that on rewards they have to run a special code or script in order to expose all the buttons to become unit extension buttons, because as I said, it's really the software on the Flydigi controller is a bit tricky. But once again, I am not software engineer, nor I don't know much about whole hardware things, so I have no idea what exactly is going on with it. But yes, now there's another few things. Flydigi likes to integrate some unique exclusive feature to their own controller, but at the same time they're a little bit they like to keep those features to themselves, and I don't think Steam is gonna appreciate that. So either Flydigi will have to remove the exclusive features that they have no intention to share, such as the high resolution thumbstick, the high polling rate 1000 Hz polling rates, or the rumble triggers, or they had to open up and share those features to make them accessible through Steam. Now that's the two options the Flydigi has to take when they make a Steam compatible controller. I seriously hope Flydigi consider this, because many controller users really adore configurable controllers and as well as a good mapping software, and many of them don't appreciate the idea of spending $50 on a mapping software. I'm looking at your rewards. And so having a solid controller made by Flydigi working along with various Steam inputs is undoubtedly an excellent thing. So please, Flydigi, please consider my proposal. That's all I have to say. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.